You are listening to The Story Thus Far, the mostly improvised weird fiction audio drama podcast, where even the performers don't know what's going to happen next. Warning! This episode contains the sounds of peril and disaster. It is not recommended to listen to this podcast while driving or performing precision activities, such as removing a parasite from someone's brainstem, performing a new card trick, framing a rival for a capital offense, or preparing creme brulee for the in-laws. The Story Thus Far Season 1 storyline continues. Deep in the Red, Episode 16, The Art of Bell Ringing, Part 2. Created and performed by Walt Patiki, with special guest Jennifer Lavenhall.
Coming to you from New York State's beautiful Hudson Valley, this is Shore to Shore AM with Bart Ring. Bart will be taking callers later in the show. The call line is 518-32. And now, here's Bart.
Hank, do we have another, okay, good. Next caller. Hi, Bart Ring here. You're live on the air.
Am I on?
Yes, hello. You're on the air.
Oh, Bart. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, it's you. Oh, it's so good to be talking to you.
We're all glad to be alive.
It's Judith, Bart.
Judith, welcome to the program.
Judith Miller from the book signing in Schenectady 3 months ago.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you could make it. J Street, Little Italy. Great book signing. Wonderful time. A different time.
We made that connection, when you were signing my book. And
I don't recall specifics, Judith.
our eyes locked on one another.
I signed a lot of books that day.
And you brushed my hand a little as you were handing me back my Sharpie. And I've thought of you every day, Bart, every day since that moment. And every night, Bart, every night when I listen to you in the middle of the night in my bedroom. And do you remember that day that what you wrote in my book? You wrote, "Dear Judith, stay weird. Love, Bart."
Sounds like me, yes.
And I have, Bart. I've stayed weird. For you, Bart. And I do love you too, Bart. And I know
Judith,
you probably can't say it on the air. I know.
This is a bit uncomfortable.
I know. But I wanted you to know, with the world ending and all.
Judith, I'm going to have to take another call.
I just needed for you to know that I've been getting your messages, Bart. I've been getting the secret messages you've been embedding in your broadcasts, Bart.
I haven't been sending any secret message.
And I know how you feel about me, and I just wanted you to know that I feel the same way too, and I have
Judith,
since that moment we met.
The switchboard appears to be stuck.
And I guess
Hank, could you
just never had the courage to call up and
the board
and tell you about it and to let you know.
If you'll all just bear with me.
That I'm here, Bart. I'm here. I'm on the receiving end.
The switchboard appears to be stuck. The caller board is.
As you.
If you all just will bear with me while
talking to the void every night. I'm listening, Bart. I'm listening for you.
I apologize. These are trying times, and people People deal with things in their own way. Next caller. Right. Thank you, Hank. Hi, Bart Ring here. You're live on the air.
Hello. This is Darius.
Glad to hear from you, Darius. Where are you calling from?
I'd rather not say. I just want to share an observation that I and a few of my friends have made.
An observation regarding?
I have a friend who's working at, well, it's a secret, but he or she is a meteorologist, and she has been seeing satellite images. And there's a pattern. All over the world, there's a pattern right now where the weather, well, all the weather systems have been broken into triangular shapes.
Please explain what you mean, Darius.
Well, imagine if you drew a bunch of interlocking triangles all over the world. Like the world was a 3D computer model made of triangles.
Okay, Okay, I'm imagining that.
Well, the triangle themselves are invisible in real life, but some, where the triangles themselves are invisible in real life, but from space, the weather patterns, the differences in the atmosphere between the triangles, you can see them. You can see the triangles because the cloud patterns get cut off at the edges of the shapes.
I'm trying to picture this, Darius. This is bizarre.
Like when the clouds leave the triangle, they don't move into the next triangle over. They just go away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, some of his or her colleagues at the facility, they say that these invisible edges of the triangles are also where the radio signals relayed by ground antennas, where those signals are vanishing as well.
Well, what do you think this all means, Darius?
I have no idea what this means.
Huh.
It just sounds, frankly, too crazy not to be true at this point.
Wow, something to think about. I'd love to talk to your friend if you can get this individual to call in.
I doubt she'll be allowed. He or she, but there's more.
Mm-hmm.
Vehicles that have been tracked by satellite, when they cross over the borders of one triangle into the next.
Yes?
I mean, ships, cars, helicopters, it doesn't matter. They just vanish.
Huh, really?
Yeah, some come back, some never do. And while they're gone, there's no satellite connection, no link anymore with the people in the vehicle.
And these people, the ones who have crossed over the borders out of the triangle-shaped zones, the ones who've returned, what do they say happened?
Well, the ones that have come back, they say that the places they've been beyond the edge of the triangle don't match with what's supposed to be there at all.
That is amazing. Wow. I mean, wow.
They say the scenery is all wrong. It's just wrong. After going out,
Darius?
a car has pulled up.
Darius!
Shit, it's people in uniforms.
Darius! Well, I pray to God he's safe. Wow. Triangles. Triangles. The world is made of triangles. Huh. It's not just Bermuda anymore. Wow. The things we learn on this program. Hank, we have another? Okay. This is Bart Ring, and you're live on...
There were so many times that I wanted to call.
Shit.
You know, because, Bart, there was...
Judith.
Something supernatural.
I'm going to ask you to free up the line, please.
In my bedroom, when I would listen to you in the middle of the night.
Personal calls on the air are...
There was something very supernatural
Hank?
going on there, Bart.
Hank?
Something...
Hank, can you help me with the caller board?
Very supernatural, deep...
This is not funny, Hank.
Deep inside of me, Bart. Deep
I
inside.
don't know what...
And...
Hank!
It was you, Bart. It was your voice. Your voice just... entered me.
We're having a technical difficulty, folks. I apologize.
Every night.
God damn it, Hank. That took you long enough. Please, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary people, I love you all, but my radio persona is a platonic persona. Let's try not to be personal. Okay, yeah, let's move on.
Hi.
Hello, Bart Ring, you're on the air.
This is Gary in Catskill.
Hi, Gary, what would you like to share?
Well, Bart, I live down by the water. Well, on a hillside overlooking the Hudson River.
Uh-huh.
And I had to leave, but I wanted to share that the sand, it seems to avoid the water, if that makes any sense. You had a caller saying his water was red earlier, and I'm guessing that was just iron in the water.
Interesting.
Because the red sand, I don't know how to describe this.
Well, give it a try, Gary.
It doesn't like the water. The sand, if it's in the wind, it kind of curls up. Like, it almost like struggles against gravity, defying gravity to not float over the water.
Wow, is that so?
Yeah, like, you know when you see like a thermal updraft and the clouds kind of rise up?
Yes, you mean like clouds, like thunderheads.
Yeah, I guess. It's sort of like that. It's not big or impressive. It's more subtle. It's slow, but it's noticeable if you watch because it looks wrong. The sand, like, tries to push up in the air and against the wind, and it tries to get back over the land instead of being over the water.
Are you saying this stuff won't go over the water or in the water at all?
Well,
like that the water repels it completely?
Well, no. Some of it does go in the water, but it clumps up like clumping cat litter. And the clumps, I swear, they bob in the water wrong.
Very fascinating stuff. Wow.
Like it's like they're not just bobbing with the water, you get the sense when you watch them that the clumps of sand are moving on their own.
That is amazing. So
sometimes they sink, but when they do, it's like they twist. Like they're very slowly and very subtly struggling. Like they're trying to get near the surface and they're trying to get near the shore. Like they don't want to sink. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Wow.
Well, I guess it's real subtle, like I said, but once you notice it, it's really disturbing. Also, the reason we had to leave from living near the river was that the clumps of wet sand along the shore, our house was right over the water, the clumps of red sand, they made a sound, like a kind of noise. You could only really hear it in your head. We all heard it, though. You don't hear it with your ears, but we all heard it. It was awful. It's like this droning vibration. It was making us lose balance and get nauseous and feel vertigo. It's like this sound, or feeling like a sound, like... I had this crazy idea that we were feeling what the sand felt when it got wet. That the sand suffers from being in the water.
So you've moved further inland?
Yes, I'm actually in the town of Cairo right now.
Cairo.
Gary?
Cairo.
Gary.
Cairo, row your boat. Cairo,
not
row
Egypt.
your boat.
Cairo.
Egypt.
Not
Egypt. Gary got gypped.
No, Joe Cairo. Gary Cairo.
Gary, hello?
Gary.
Hello, Gary.
I'm Gary.
I am Gary who likes the old movies.
Gary is a sad man, not Joe Cairo.
Gary is a sad man.
I am
Gary.
Gary's
wife was going to leave me him.
Gary's wife was going to leave.
Gary, buddy, your phone?
Diana's leaving Gary. She is only with the Gary because of the Gary children.
The children.
Children are our future. The children are our future.
Your device seems to have been compromised, I think.
And she are safer with him now that you all are human cattle. Us animal people are afraid.
Human cattle, rattle, battle.
Anthropomorphic.
Is it windy there?
I am Gary. I am fat and stupid, and I should probably kill myself.
Yeah, Gary.
Fat and stupid, big and tall.
Proportion, grotesque.
Kill ourselves. Kill himself, myself.
Old time.
They usually, the voices get into the electronics.
My mother was right.
I have made an awful mess of my life.
Awful mess of life.
Wife,
The
strife.
voices get into the electronics during wind gusts if you're too close to
She
airborne.
caught me in my room when I was 12 years old, and this would embarrass me for you to know, but I will say.
Too
Private.
close to airborne sand if there's a lot of atmospheric disturbance. Gary?
She caught me in my room when I was 12 years old, and I was
Touching it. Oh, not right. Disgusting, disgusting. Terrible child. Awful.
Shame.
What would Jesus say, Gary? Jesus does not love you, Gary.
Gary?
Gary.
I ended that call myself. I want to thank Gary for calling. Really useful stuff. And remember to try and be as far away as possible from the sand when you're using anything with a speaker or microphone, especially any sand that is, buffeting around in the air. If it's windy, that's when those are the circumstances that seem to most often invite these interlopers, these intruders into the airwaves. So, the sand may have feelings, and water may cause the sand pain. That's pretty wild. Thoughts, opinions, call in and let me know. Hello, Bart Ring, you're on the air.
Hey, Bart. This is Chris out in Ankrum.
Ah, yes, Ankrum. Know it well. Near the town of Kopek, right?
Yes, that's right. I have a couple of things to say.
Well, say away.
Well, the other caller, Darius. I'm not saying what Darius shared about the triangular shapes or the weather patterns is wrong. I mean, who knows if it's right. But I just want to say that little bit of drama with, like, the men in black coming to get him.
He didn't say...
for sharing info over the radio. That cost him some credibility.
He did not actually say they were men in black. I believe Darius said they wore uniforms, but I catch your point.
Okay, well, yeah, right. Maybe not the men in black, but the authorities or what have you.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like what? There's only like 1/4 of the people on Earth anymore that can be accounted for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like what? 3/4 of the human race are missing? Well, we can't account for anybody, like where they are.
And
we have no stable local communications anywhere aside from a few direct satellite to ground connections, right?
What is your point,
and
sir?
There are monsters eating people.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And demons in the air.
Well, yeah.
And sandstorms. And now we've got guerrilla warfare between the cultists and what's left of the army. And
what is your point, sir?
All right, well, my point is there's nobody going to kick in your door right now for anything, you know? What Darius was doing was drama. It was staged. I mean, do you think Darius, in wherever the hell backwater he's at, is going to draw any attention from anybody now? I don't care if he was going to share who shot JFK over the radio or he has evidence that could convict a mob boss, you know? No one is coming after anybody right now. That's all. That's all I have to say. It was drama, and you know, it makes me not believe some of what he had to share.
Well, I have to agree with you on that, sir. If Darius would like to call back and explain himself, it would make for lively discussion, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks for taking my call, Bart.
Yeah. Stay safe, Chris. And Darius, do let us know that you're okay. Hello, this is Bart Ring. You're on the air.
Yeah, hey, this is Jeff in Hillsdale.
Ah, yes, Jeff. Glad you're alive.
Yeah, I've called in a couple of times before. Remember we discussed the Kinderhook blob sighting?
It seems like forever ago that we could discuss something as benign as a UFO sighting or decades-old local monster sightings, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, my cousin and I, we were actually supposed to be out on a Jersey devil hunt out in the Pine Barrens until all this stuff happened, with the sand and the creatures. And now Cousin Eddie is he's among the missing.
Jeff, I am truly sorry to hear about Eddie. You and Eddie have always been such great phone guests and very experienced cryptozoologists. So we really appreciate your input.
Nice of you to say so, Bart. That's what I'm calling about. My cryptozoological experience. I had an encounter, and I believe my cryptozoological background will help lend credibility to what I have to share.
Yeah. Okay.
I've had a couple of close encounters with the lobster creatures, the big crustaceans, and I almost killed one, actually, if you can believe it, with just a shotgun loaded with rock salt.
Rock salt? Really? Rock salt?
Yeah, it's true, rock salt. Look, these lobster things, when they meet one another, they sometimes rear up, right? They expose their undersides to one another. When they're, I don't know if they're communicating or if they're mating or whatever. They like their legs and stuff. They touch each other.
I did not know that. And so the underside, I suppose, is not armored and protected like the upper body.
Yeah, that's correct, but the exposed underside of the things is, well, I only saw it for a moment, but, it was really unsettling. It's really hard to describe. Really, it even kind of hurts to kind of think about what I saw. It's very different than the armored top of the body.
Well, tell us, Jeff, what did you see?
The belly, the under part of the lobsters, where all the legs and appendages come out from, and I don't know if you'll notice, but these things, they got way too many legs and appendages to be like any arthropod species we know of on Earth, I think. I mean, I'm not a scientist. I ain't seen all of them, but they're a lot more than a lobster should have. Well, anyway, the trunks or the bases are where the legs sprout from. They kind of go up into the belly and they disappear into a kind of mass. A mass of hundreds or maybe thousands of, I don't know, maybe they're like other creatures. They look like they're other creatures.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, if you ever saw a spider egg sac, when all the baby spiders have hatched, and,
oh my.
Imagine those baby spiders, if they were all, about the size of, a human baby's hand, they're that big. And then imagine, they're all, kind of dark and moving really fast. And, some of them, seem, the bellies of these lobster things are just, maybe made up of or covered with all of these little, spider baby things. And they're all crawling all over and under one another. And, they're so weird. They're so, it's hard to look at them. They're like a dark blur. They sometimes look like they're actually passing through one another, they're not even solid. Anyway, they're real dark and hard to see.
Wow, that sounds truly horrifying and disturbing, Jeff.
Yeah, so when I saw one of these lobster guys upraised with all these things, his wiggling belly full of all these weird shapes, that's why I fired my gun at it. I really didn't mean to fire, because it was a bad strategic decision. There was two of these lobsters, right? And, they come in lots of sizes and shapes, but, these were two of the bigger ones. The one I shot was actually about the size of a VW bug, and it was, communicating or mating or whatever with another lobster thing that was about the size of a human being.
Oh, my word.
So, I was just going to stay hiding because I knew I only had one shot, right?
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't be hidden.
With the rock salt.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't be out in the open.
And I had run out of ammunition the other day when some of those other creatures, the weird howling things, came near my house. So I had no ammo. All I had was this one shotgun packed with the salt.
Oh, so you fired.
So I knew once I fired it, that was it, So I I couldn't hope to take on even a lone, like, medium-sized one of these things, let alone one that was the size of a car, and his buddy. But yes, sir, yeah, I fired. It was more like I was watching a movie of, like, watching myself pull the trigger. And the sight of all those little things, those little dark creatures that like compose the underside of the lobster, like, just the idea that maybe they were having thousands of babies, or maybe even that, like, the lobsters were like some kind of disguise, for like a swarm or a hive or something. My brain, I just couldn't even process it at the time.
Well, I can't say I blame you, Jeff.
Yeah, so, like, I freaked out and I just fired the gun, I was in kind of a trance, and boom, and the sound of the shotgun blast is what kind of woke me out of my daze. Yeah, I was close. I was close to the big one, which I shot. I had been foraging for a bottle of. I had been foraging for bottled water at a local grocery store, and I was crouched. I was crouched behind the statue. The Soldiers and Sailors Monument in Hillsdale?
Oh, yes, Hillsdale. The Soldiers and Sailors Monument. I know it well. Right in the heart of town. Big base to that statue. Tall, wide, good cover. Well, you fired on the enemy, so I guess you were the soldier on that day, weren't you?
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, I shot the big one in the underside, and it...
Wow.
Like, the noise it made. Like, like when a pig squeals? Like one of those really big farm hogs. Oh, it was awful.
Wow.
It was like the squealing was not just in the air, but it was like vibrating in my brain, And like the monster, like the one I hit, it was like convulsing, It was still kind of reared up, but it was like flailing around with like only the big tail end keeping it anchored to the ground.
Yeah, whoa.
Keeping it balanced from falling over. And I saw like dozens of those dark little shapes. Those like giant baby spider things or whatever. The creatures. They were...
Really?
I saw them leap or get thrown all over the place, like after I shot into the mass of them. But I swear, it was so weird that things, they faded away like mirages, like they... like when you get a floater in your eye and they just kind of move off to the side and you don't see it anymore. Like those spider baby things, when they flew off the belly, they did that. They faded to nothing. Like while they were still in midair, they never touched the ground.
Wow, I don't know what to say. Just wow.
Yeah, right?
This information, though, may somehow be very useful. This may be important.
Anyway, the other lobster, like the human-sized one, well, I don't know if you've ever seen how fast they can move. It's like watching a silverfish. You ever see a silverfish?
Yeah.
Or like one of those house centipedes?
Uh-huh.
Like they move so fast. It's like watching a liquid shadow like get sucked into a hose,
Fast buggers. Yeah, they're so fast.
It's like 1 minute it's there and then it's zoop, it's gone. Yeah, so like, of course, as soon as I had my wits about me, I ran like hell. I even dropped all the water I was carrying. I lost my pack and everything. I was so terrified.
Well, you were lucky to get out of there. You're lucky to be alive.
Well, yeah, I was lucky. And when I was running, I could hear voices. Like voices of people screaming. Like a lot of people screaming. And these voices, like... all these crowds of screaming people were coming from the radios. Every radio near me. Like parked cars, house stereos, even my own walkie. I heard the voices screaming from.
Oh, my. What were the people screaming, Jeff? What were they saying?
But nothing. I mean, they weren't screaming words. It was just like pain screams, I swear to God, it sounded just like hell must sound like.
Wow.
Some of these radios, too, I don't even think they could have had power. These are just parked cars. Nothing was on.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta go now, Bart. Thanks for having me. Yeah, just reliving this is, it's taking a little bit of, knocking the wind out of me, emotionally. I'm We're gonna have a sit down. Take it easy.
So, you think you know something, and then these lobster things, they aren't just weird animals then. They don't they don't conform to what we understand in any way like terrestrial life does. What do you suppose the little creatures under the lobsters are? Are they offspring? Were they parasites? Call in to discuss this or really anything. The lines are open. It's a wild card call in kind of show. Oh, Hank's telling me we have another caller.
This is Steve. Steve and Colony, Bart.
Oh, Steve, do you have a question or experience you want to share?
Well, I just wanted to say that you should remember your Bible.
Remember our Bible. The Bible.
This is it.
Huh?
This is the end. The rapture. All those people are with him now. So you don't have to worry about the people who have gone, who have risen. This is your time to atone, Bart.
So you're saying the rest of us, me, you, that we are all unworthy to be raptured. That you...
Hey, fuck you, asshole. I'm plenty worthy.
Okay, thanks for that, Steve. How could the angels leave a peach like Steve behind, I wonder? Hope you get raptured soon. Hello, this is Bart. You're on the air.
Hey, Bart. This is, my name is Derek. Can I say I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller? I mean, I know the other guy, thought that wasn't the right thing to say. But,
well, Derek, you just said it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well, firstly, I'm looking for my mom. She's missing. She said she heard my aunt, her sister, my Aunt Agnes. She heard Aunt Agnes calling her from outside the house. And, we've all heard the voices of the fake people, calling us to come outside by now. I mean, that's the thing now, right? But still, I mean, I guess when you hear it long enough, even if you know it's not really them, it can get to you, if we don't shut it out, it'll get to you.
Oh, yes, Derek. Oh, no. I'm guessing she went outside?
Yeah. There was a lot of wind and a lot of sand in the air when she heard it, when it got bad.
Yeah, it always seems more common to have the voice activity when it's windy out, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I went to ration out, our lunch. We hadn't done a lot of shopping before everything went shit. So I was rationing the lunch for us, and I noticed the front door was open.
Oh no. Oh.
And I got scared. I thought maybe one of those things got in the house. But I called for her, and my mom, she was gone. I think she went outside looking for her sister. My mom and Aunt Agnes, they were very, very close. I mean, maybe they're close now.
I'm so sorry, Derek. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Jeez, I gotta get my head together. Anyway.
No, Derek, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Hang in there, buddy.
She'd be on foot.
Yes.
In the Colony area. Her name is, my mom, her name is Mary.
Yeah, yes.
She was about 5'6". She weighs about 170 pounds, I think. I'm so bad at this. She just had her hair done, she made a big deal about it. She had her hair done.
Yes.
Right before, the sand and everything a few days ago. So the hair is red right now. I mean, it's too red. I mean, maybe it's really, really too red. jeez. I mean, that sounds mean. That sounds unkind. I'm just trying to, because if you would recognize her.
Yes, Derek.
Yeah, thank you. She's 81, but she gets around really well. When I last saw her, she was wearing, they wore fuzzy white bedroom slippers, because we weren't going out. We weren't supposed to be going out. Slippers, they're probably red now, with the sand. They're probably red. She had pink sweatpants on, and the shirt that I had got her, it was kind of a joke, but she liked it. It had Baby Yoda on it. So it's a Baby Yoda t-shirt, pink sweatpants. If you see her, her name is Mary. Could someone call into you, Bart, and then you could, you don't like people to give a number out on the air. So if you give me a call, I'll leave my number, or maybe have on caller ID. I can't think.
Derek, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I'm all right. Thanks, Bart. Thanks a lot.
The siren's call, like an ancient myth. If a loved one is listening to the voices from out there, you do what you have to do to keep them safe. I'm not advocating. Well, a locked door. If they don't have a key to a locked room, I don't think it's that unkind to lock for their own protection. If someone is under this spell of these voices, you got to do what you got to do to keep them safe. Mary, if you're listening, your son is worried. We're worried. I'm worried. Mary, try to get in touch with your son. And of course, if any of you listeners out there run across Mary, please call me and I will put you in touch with Derek. Hang in there, Derek.
You make me feel.
Oh,
You make me feel.
For Christ's sake, Hank.
You make me feel like a supernatural woman.
Would you pay attention to the caller ID?
I sing that to you every night, Bart, and I know you probably can't.
This is not funny, Hank.
Hear it, unless you can hear it coming through the radio waves, or maybe we're just, synced up mentally.
I don't care if the network is down. Just screen the calls.
Psychically, on a different kind of plane, a more tantric kind of plane.
There's only about 1/4 of the human race left right now. And I would say fewer than that are calling in. So how hard is that to screen, Hank?
That your other listeners can't access the way I can.
Could you do your job? Could you do me that one kindness, Hank?
Bart.
Hank.
So I just
Hank.
needed you to know that before.
Do not go up there, Hank. It is not safe.
Comes to an end.
Don't. Do not.
And
those things are outside, Hank.
I'm going to leave my door open tonight, Bart, and so.
Fine, Hank. Be a big baby. Oh, what a shit.
When you get off work and
the board
close up the radio station.
The board.
If you wanted to swing by.
Did you do something to the call-in board? Hank, the board.
You'll find me here.
Excuse me, folks. We're having an issue.
Listening for you.
It's
like I always am.
It's not.
In the middle of.
Oh, hey, Bart.
I apologize.
I hope I'm not being rude, interrupting.
I did not think we had switched to another caller yet.
Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't switch, Bart.
I hope you can hear me.
I'm not calling. It's so weird. I'm not using a phone to call in. I just really needed to talk to someone really fast. Because I'm running out of time, I think, and I couldn't wait for you to get to me, so I'm sorry I kind of cut ahead.
Who is this, and how are you doing this?
My name is Arthur, I think, yeah.
Arthur?
Yeah, Arthur.
Arthur, what the hell is going on, Arthur?
Yes, that's my name.
Have you hacked into the system here somehow? Talk to me. How are you coming through the switchboard? This doesn't...
I'm calling from... I'm in
Arthur's house. Calling from Arthur's house on Robin Lane. I'm near Lake. It'll come back to me. Hang on. I'm in the town of Copac. Snake Pond, Copac, which I left for college, and I, Arthur, regret returning to Copac, Snake Pond, to return in spite of the fond Arthur childhood memories, like that time we caught frogs, and I kept a frog, and I loved it frog, but frog died when I put frog in water. I didn't know the water was hot. The hose was in the sun, and the water in the hose got hot, and I didn't know, and frog died in the water.
Listen, if I don't get answers...
I'm Arthur. Jeff. I think it was caller Jeff. Shooter, murder Jeff. His story disturbed me.
Some of it was, yes, a little disturbing.
His shooting story. I think I need help. I'm Arthur. I'm being Arthur now. I'm being Arthur, and I think I'm in a lot of trouble.
Okay, stay calm. Tell me what's going on with Arthur. Are you injured, Arthur? Did you hurt your head? You sound confused. Are you bleeding? Is there anyone who can help you?
One of the lobster things, it came into the house, my house, Arthur's house, the lake house, the Copac townhouse. It gets so confusing. Arthur's quiet, he's not confused, but I'm Arthur too, and I'm confused. I fought with it. I fought with the lobster. It's not a lobster, but we call it that.
Are you injured, Arthur?
No, I'm not hurt. Yes. No, I don't know. Arthur doesn't know. We don't know how to answer the hurt question. Arthur, I fought the lobster. That wasn't Arthur. It was not Arthur yet. They do look like lobsters to Arthur and to the me that is Arthur still, but they are not lobsters. Also, they are very different from lobsters. We are not lobsters. You know, they deserve a name. They should be called something, not lobster. More accurate. Lobsters are not me or Arthur or you.
Maybe, but it's hard to focus on proper labels, when we're fighting these things to survive.
Well, you don't have to be a Jeffrey shoot gun murder man to survive. Anyway, Arthur need help. I fought the lobster, but it wasn't a lobster. I fought it. I did not have a Jeff killing weapon, salt and pepper condiment gun. I only had a big kitchen and a knife birthday cake. Happy birthday to no more. Birthday to happy birthday Arthur, no more. So I tried to use the knife to fight the what I called the lobster when I was Arthur.
But you survived. You took down the monster, or at least you escaped it, right?
No, I didn't. I am Arthur. His mother called him Silly Willy Artie when he would spin and make crazy fart noises with his armpit. He was a funny child. We had a good childhood. I was Arthur. I'm looking at Arthur.
What?
The Arthur who I was. I'm not him now. The old Arthur skin suit is crumpled and dead on the living room floor. The floor is not really alive. We call it that because it's the room people live in, but people live in all the rooms they're in unless they're dead like Arthur on the floor.
Arthur, what? Who or what are you, Arthur?
Arthur's on the floor of Arthur's house at Copac Snake Pond Lake, but Arthur, I am confused. I am Arthur. What's left of Arthur going, gone? Arthur, the drain, the water spirals down. Going. I was the man, Arthur, on the floor, with only 6 more payments Arthur had on the piece of shit we drove to work. Job hate. Waste my life forever, people. Customers so stupid. Such stupid people. Such stupid customers. Arthur and I hated them. We needed the money, hated the job. I'm so confused. We came to Arthur's house. We came to Arthur's world, country.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Home place to do some gardening. We just wanted to till and make for fruitfulness in the garden. But now I'm Arthur, but I won't be for long.
What in the name of...
I'm Arthur. I was before Arthur. I was...
Focus, Arthur. Do you need medical attention? Are you on any medications? Are they nearby?
I was a tool, a worker. I had some, but before the worker, I was nothing. I was a dream of eating, consuming, and sleeping, and fornication, and reproduction, satisfaction, then nothingness. Then hunger and need and satisfaction, and then nothingness, over and over.
Oh, Hank, I really do wish you'd get back down here.
Then the red. I think the red used me. It used all of us, and we are not bugs. We are now water bugs.
Hank, good buddy, would you please come back down and give me a hand here with this board?
All of us in the dream, the endless loop of need, satisfy, sleep, need, satisfy, sleep, need, satisfy, sleep. We woke up a little from that into a different dream. We came from the someplace else, someplace not Arthur's home, but the red leaked into the air and made us garden, gave us purpose to garden. We were gardeners before we were Arthurers. Sometimes we were tools. We are tools. Sometimes we are weapons. I hate being a weapon. Weapons are ugly. Arthur had a beautiful life. I want to be an Arthur. Oh, the red hates you, Bart. Not personally. It hates all of you. It despises you. The red hates you. I hated Arthur, who I was, but not Arthur, who I am, and who I will no longer be. But I did not hate like the red hates. The red brought us, woke us from out of the dream loop of satisfy, nothing satisfy. The red gave us its own ideas, because before the red, I do not believe we who were not like Arthur could think very much. But the red is so full of bad. The red is full of sour, bad seeds, bad fruit, rotten fruit ideas. We like your ideas better. We like yours and Arthur's. I love Arthur's ideas. I'm losing Arthur's ideas. Help me hold on to Arthur's ideas. Sometimes when the red is scattered and confused, the dreamers like me, before I was Arthur, the me before, who I won't be for much longer, won't be Arthur much longer. We the tools and the gardeners, when the red is distracted, we prefer to listen to the Arthurs and the Barts and even the Jeffs, flawed they may be. It's so easy to get lost in those ideas you all have. I like nice feelings, the sense of self. It's a good thing being a self. Once you have a sense of self, you can't really ever go back into the nothingness, satisfaction, nothingness, the toolbox, though it is a dark, lonely place when you are awake. But the tools have had a taste of management, and we're not stupid customers anymore with payments to make. And we would rather be our own managers.
Okay.
I know the red will put a hurt on me when it finds out. The red sand stings, salt in the wound, salt burns like Jeff's shooty salt gun. I haven't much time, Bart. What I am of Arthur is going away. His electric thought farm. The thought farm. The brain is breaking. No way to get oxygen to it again. I have many regrets. I would not have turned Arthur off. I would not have undone him if I understood better that he was like we are, like you are. I remember, and it's going, Arthur, Arthur we did not mean to lie to my dad about the car when I was 19. Arthur, he never got to say that we are sorry for lying about the car. I'm glad, Father, our progenitor cannot see how I am now, who I am now, what I am.
Okay. And Arthur, just what is that?
I am looking in a mirror, not the kind the sand wishes it was, not a metaphor, a regular mirror.
What do you see in the mirror, Arthur?
I remember when my sister bought this mirror at the sale of tags and fleas. It was a swappy mirror. Arthur's sister, it used to be in my mom's room, hanging in my mom's room, but now it is here, and the not Arthur me is looking into it. I don't see Arthur. I don't see Arthur's reflection. I can tell you that much. I feel Arthur slipping away. What I see is, it's not a monster, Bart. Maybe it wasn't a person, what I see in the mirror. Maybe it wasn't a person before it got close to the other persons, but I may not be Arthur anymore. Or maybe I was never Arthur. But his memory and feelings will always linger. And who they linger in is me, and I am a person. I am a person with a heavy brown and red coat. It is a bumpy coat and very hard, like conquistador suits.
Oh my.
And it is attached to my skin, where it grew from, and my eyes,
wow,
that see light, they see the light that you see. Those eyes, they are up on stilts over the cone of my is it a nose?
Hank.
Let's call it a nose.
Hank, would you get in here, Hank?
And I have other eyes. They see the differences between the warm and the cold. They do not see light. And I have yet more eyes, and they see lines and ripples, the songs of thunderstorms, and the voices of the radio, and the
oh my God,
the swimming ripples of the magnets. And I can play with the lines in the air like they are electrical strings on a harp, and I make the music, and the strings in the air come through my head, and they are the talking sounds that come through your radio to you on the radio.
I
have so many legs and claws. Jeff is right. There are a lot of them. But I don't think I should have a rock salt in shot belly for being different. I don't know what the feathery things on some of the limbs are for. It is exciting. It is exciting to learn about oneself.
I don't know what to,
Underneath my burly tickles, it is full of the others, the little ones who are many.
I need to,
They like it when I am Arthur. They will be sad soon. They would not have frightened Jeffrey if they knew better. Jeffrey, I was not the one that Jeffrey seasoned with salt, but we are all connected. Arthur is dead. Arthur, dead. I feel so empty. Can't we just find a way to garden without the guns? Can't we enjoy the cake without the knife?
Enjoy the cake without the knife?
I need to process this. Was that a call from a lobster? Did a lobster just kill someone and call me? Are the lobsters vessels, channels for spirits? I mean, if this is legit, this is sad and tragic, but it opens up a bigger can of mental worms. I'm having a hard time dealing with this. Hank, would you get back here? I'm gonna take another caller. I need to keep busy here. I'm sure you folks listening can relate. Let's all just keep busy, so we don't scream. Hank, would you please come back down? Please. All is forgiven. All is forgiven. Life is too short, too fragile, and too precious to be wasted being angry. Hank, please just come back down into the bunker. Right, well, I guess I'm on my own.
The views expressed during this program do not necessarily reflect those of Bart Ring, the sponsors of this program, or the radio networks or affiliates rebroadcasting the show.
You have been listening to The Story Thus Far, Season 1, Deep in the Red, Episode 16, The Art of Bell Ringing, Part 2. This episode was created and performed by Walt Baticki, with special guest Jennifer Lavenhar. As always, we'd like to thank freesound.org. All the sound effects in this episode were downloaded from freesound.org. Please consider supporting this show, The Story Thus Far, on patreon.com. Until next time.
616-21-7-11-19-6-13-30-29-9-30-13-32 1-2-3-12-3-30-20-11-13-6-21-13-3-30-10-3-30-33-33-32 19-30-32 1-2-3-10-3-33-3-13 1-3-10-30-13-33 20-10-11 1-3-7 1-32 11-5
the supernatural.